Hey guys, good afternoon. Michael here on a solo journey. I am in Alexandria, Virginia today. Very old city, about a 30-minute drive outside of DC. For a very special video, you could see by the thumbnail, it is Harry Potter's birthday. He is turning 45 this year, born July 31st, 1980. And I found an apothecary museum in Alexandria that is doing a very special Harry Potter exhibit. So I am headed there now. I have about 5 minutes. I have to get in line 5 minutes prior to the tour. Not exactly sure what this is going to be. Saw it at the gym on a television channel one morning working out. Decided I was going to do this event. Apothecaries in general interest me greatly, and when I saw that you got a tour and it was Harry Potter themed, maybe some special stuff along the way, I paid the $15 online and have a timed ticket, like I said, in just about 10 minutes. So I'm parked just a few hundred feet away. I'm going to walk up and we are going to go into the museum. Come along with me. Just crossing the street here, you can see it's the Statler Ledbetter Apothecary Museum and Gift Shop. This is where we are headed in. Our timed ticket. They were all sold out today, except for 4:30. So that is when I am coming in and seeing the museum. In the gift shop waiting for the tour. Look at this. This is really neat. And some of the gifts. Some of the herbs here. It did say we were going to look at herbology and potions today, specific to the Harry Potter series. We'll talk more on that a little bit later. But if you've been here with the channel for long, you know that I am a fan. So when this popped up today, I thought I have to do this. And it's very neat. Thanks, science. I'm sure that'll be an interesting book if you watched my Museum of Health and Medicine on revolutionary medicine, because that was so Civil War time was too. That was tough times, especially if you needed something like an amputation or any type of serious operation. That looks like maybe some false teeth there. All right, we're about to get started.
Apothecary. If you're in the wizarding world, it's where you're going to go to buy the ingredients for your potions, right? In the Muggle world, apothecary is just an old-fashioned word for pharmacy or pharmacist. It's both the place 92. Now, in the wizarding world, that was, of course, the year of the Triwizard Tournament disaster. The heads of Bobaddons, Durmstrang, and Hogwarts were injured in the Cockatrice Rampage, which I'm sure you're all very familiar with. In the Muggle world, and it's for label under glass. So, and then you can also see, like, there's a ship that's in front of me. I'm not considering. Yes. But you know, I'm sure the story goes this time period. So this time period, we're waiting for them to go upstairs because they really reused a lot of their story. Drawers and things to organize their ingredients and supplies. So it's really cool. Yeah, you see they did find a way. You know what? Frosty referred to
the museum itself I thought was really neat. 1792. I'm not sure how long this video is because I'm closing this out and then I'm gonna have to go back home and see what I do with this. I recorded what I could of our tour guide. She was very knowledgeable. She's from Alexandria. She does tours both regularly and for special events. I was trying to decide. There were two going on. Yesterday's was Medicine on the Civil War. and today was the Harry Potter. And I decided to do the Harry Potter because I thought it would be whimsical and fun and interesting. And you know, the $15 goes to the city to keep the apothecary up. So I thought there were a lot of neat things to see in there, especially how long this has been an apothecary. George Washington was president when this was opened. She has some letters from Martha because Mount Vernon's only about 7 miles away from here. But the Harry Potter portion wasn't really a thing. It was basically a glorified tour with a little bit of potion making with some essential oils and to ward away 3 different types of things. And I think it was Grindylows, gnomes, and then some sort of evil spirit. It was $5 if you went on a regular day. It was $5 if you went on the Civil War Medicine Day. But it was $15 today. So no prizes or anything like that. We did just a couple of questions of trivia we let the kids do before we started the tour. But yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect from this. 12-year-old me would have probably thought this was extremely cool. Realizing I'm the same age as Harry is in the books, it was okay. I'm glad I went to this museum because, you know, health and medicine, I really enjoy those museums. To get to see the old writing and things that were there. Everything in those jars was original. So those are well over 150 years old. All the wood is original. There's been some few updates in the late 1800s, but everything upstairs that I filmed was true to its day and time. That turkey leg over the entryway into where the storage supplies were is original, and so is that writing that was above it. That wasn't just like a piece of graffiti. Apparently it was some sort of warding off of bad luck up there. So it was neat to see the building. I just think it was overpriced since it was what they considered to be a special event. So I'm glad I did it though, and I'm glad I did another museum that's kind of off the mall, if you will, that's outside of DC. But I don't know that it was worth the $15. It's about a 25-minute ride. I think I said that before. To get back home, C minus for me. But it is Harry's birthday, and I'm going to talk a little more about that. Probably will make this video long enough to put up on the YouTube channel. So give me just a second, kind of reorient myself, get the maps loaded, and then spend a brief period of time talking about the series and the books, if you will. Okay, we are all finished. I'm gonna head back downstairs and go out and talk about it. Very cool shop. Ooh, wonder what's down there. All right, I'm gonna head back to the truck. Was in there for about an hour. We're going to talk about this a little bit. Okay. I showed a very small part of the last portion, which was the potion making. I didn't end up doing that. I couldn't bring myself to do that. There were a few kids in there, and so the last little bit was, I think it was some powder, and then you put a few drops of essential oils from Whole Foods. I know that because it was 365 brand. And then you got to pose with a couple of articles I showed you there as well of Harry Potter merch. So I didn't do that either. I had to drive the 25 minutes back home to think about that one. I'm coming to the conclusion that was quite a bit hokey, and not upset I did it. I'm glad I did it, but I'm going to spend a few minutes, because otherwise we're not going to have a video today, telling you how I became a fan of Harry Potter. It was by happenstance. Did not read the books for an extremely long period of time. I was actually out of college before I ever picked up the first book. I was always a Lord of the Rings fan, and it seemed like there was that thing around the turn of the century where you either had to be a Harry Potter fan or a Lord of the Rings fan. And having read The Hobbit and seen the cartoon when I was a young kiddo, these Peter Jackson things, were much more on my mind and a lot more action than Harry Potter. I thought Harry Potter was childish. And then there were some events right after my dad passed away, wherein I had a really good friend at the time that recommended that I read the first book, and I was like, what? This was a guy you would not have ever thought was a reader, first of all, and second, you would have labeled him just by looking at him as a manly man that was a hunter and a fisher, and I didn't even know that he read, let alone that he was going to hand me a Harry Potter book. And then he just talked hours about how he loved this. And so read the first one. I think the first 4 books were out at that time. Read the first one, came back, got the paperback copy of the second one and third and fourth one, and then I think we moved cities. I think we moved apart, stayed in touch. And then the 5th and 6th and 7th, of course, came out. And I remember having never watched any of the movies, and then going to watch number 5? Yeah, there's 8 movies. I went and watched Order of the Phoenix by myself, and loved it, and kind of got into watching the movies over again, and then was there for the premiere of book 7, and then got into the audiobooks. Jim Dale was the original audio voice for the US version. Stephen Fry was the UK version. I've listened to both of those versions. Stephen Fry came out with 20th anniversary renditions. I have those on my audiobook as well. So I have 2 different versions of all 7 books on my Audible account. Julie took me for the first time to the Wizarding World in Universal just a couple of years ago for my birthday. But today I would tell you that I'm not nearly as big of a fan. I've expanded my horizons on fantasy. I believe Lord of the Rings is still Mount Rushmore. I believe that Dune is Mount Rushmore. I believe that very quickly Brandon Sanderson of the Stormlight Archive is moving his way up the ladder as well. But the audiobooks are still something that rings true with me. I have had the special edition hardback books. I have had 3 sets of paperback books of different versions, different covers. Julie got me, again, a 20th anniversary edition cover. I have the special Christmas covers. I have the original paperback covers, and then I have the original trunk that came in, way back when, with stickers and anyway. So I am a fan, but it is slowly dropping on my list. However, as it's into pop culture, still I think they're now redoing a series on HBO, casting new people. I don't know if I'm going to see that. That's disappointing. It's hard, I think, to get over those first characters and then try to get into something new, especially if it's going to be different than how it was described in the book. But I thought it was popular enough, and I'm still enough of a fan to go to what I did today, and was unfortunately let down. Again, The Apothecary, for the apothecary's sake, was neat. I liked it. Thought it was very interesting. Totally worth the $5 of admission on a regular day. They did not do $10 more worth of this Harry Potter, whatever they want to call it, to make it worth the $15 total. So it is what it is. We have moved on. It was a weekend afternoon day. I got out. I still had fun. Made a video out of it. I can only hope that you enjoyed and stayed with me for these few minutes through this museum. It was a very old building. It was a very neat place. It was not Harry Potter themed. So if you are a fan, I at least hope that you made it to the end here. I am a fan there with you, just not nearly as much as I once was. Anyway, I hope you had a great day. I appreciate you. I am so happy that you joined me. Whether it was a dud or it wasn't, I'm glad you're watching. Have a great day. And let's hope next time I see you, it will be something extremely more interesting than today was. Bye-bye.